All right, my name's Ashley Butler.
My name is Michelle Rayner Woolsby.
My name is Taylor Ray Curry.
I'm president, Ice Coder.
I am an attorney. I own my own law firm, Civil Liberty Law, and it's a full-service law firm.
I'm an assistant professor of film here at the University of Tampa. And then I'm also a filmmaker and a screenwriter. I'm a writer-director.
Currently, my job has changed over the past 13 years, but currently I manage all the fleet relationships with our clients that have multiple vehicles, and I dispatch our mobile service, and I basically oversee that part of the business goes well, and then I do the leadership here. So we have our leadership team. I'm the integrator and the visionary in our organizational structure per se, and I'm in charge of the finance department.
So we've had Civil Liberty Law for about one year now. And so we handle matters that range from criminal defense to family law to immigration to civil rights. So our hands are kind of in all of the different legal proverbial pots, as you can say. So we really try to be able to serve the community.
I wear many, many hats, and it's such an exciting stage in my career where I get to wear all those different hats. So I teach. I'm a professor. I teach film here at UT, and it's been quite a whirlwind, and it's really enriching and soul sustaining to be around this energized bunch of students who want to learn and they're so curious, and so that's been wonderful. And then I'm also a filmmaker, and so to get to kind of hone my craft and to work and to be in, pre-pro while I'm teaching a narrative production class, or to be fresh off of a screenplay while I'm teaching a screenwriting class. I mean, those are moments that are really valuable.
So growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer. I've always wanted to be a lawyer, but then I also wanted to be Secretary of State. Still could happen. And I also wanted to be a journalist. Also still could happen. But so I really always wanted a job where I was truth-telling, right? And a job that I was making lives better for people. And so I wanted to be a diplomat. I wanted to be a journalist and then a lawyer. Also could happen. I'm still a lawyer now. Still could happen. But those are the things that really interested me. I was really interested in the world. I was really interested in how the world connects to the world that I live in, and how my impact was how I could impact the broader world, right? And so I was always really concerned about that. I had maps, and I was really interested in just knowing about people and really interested in truth telling and justice.
It's just one of those things you remember people asking you when you're a kid what you're going to be, and I would say I was going to be a lawyer or a model. And then throughout the time I wanted to be in business. But I loved Claire Huxtable on Cosby Show. And I think that was the main reason I wanted to be an attorney. And then once I said it once, I think that people reacted well. Kids, you say something, people think they like it, and you keep doing it. So I just kept saying it. And that's where the attorney came from.
Oh my gosh, what did I want to be? I don't even remember. I remember being very kind of scattered with what I wanted to do. I wanted to be like 12 different things, and that didn't really stop until college, and I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of still hasn't stopped. So I think growing up, I wanted to act, I wanted to write books, I wanted to be a novelist. There are a ton of things I wanted to do, and what I like to think is I am doing them now in the careers I've chosen. When I was in college, I had so many different majors, and it took me so long to settle on English. I was, I think, an economics major at one point. I was an African diaspora and the world major, which is a major unique to Spelman College. I was a musical theater and psychology double major at one point. So I never stopped kind of being hungry for tons of different things. That kind of intellectual curiosity just doesn't stop.
The biggest thing I think that I had to overcome in becoming an entrepreneur worrying about what other people think. Not sure if it was something I had to like overcome because my mom really raised me to be really strong, and she always said I was really strong-headed and hard-headed and those things. So I've always been very determined, but just not letting outside opinions affect the journey that I'm on, and just keep working and keep focusing. I think people are shocked when I show up on a job site. They're looking like, you must be the salesperson who's the person that's going to actually do the work. And then they're like, wow, I've never seen this. And it happens to me almost every single day on a job site when I show up to troubleshoot an issue. Security guards, everybody like, what are you doing? So I think now people are shocked.
I mean, it's so many things. I mean, law school in itself is challenging. The bar exam is challenging. But I think really the legal field amongst colleagues is a field that is full of comparison. It is a field that is full of people pitting themselves against each other. You have a lot of insecure people who are in this field. And so then you're always second, well, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? And really, one of the things I share with a lot of law students is that you have to make your own way. Your journey is your journey. Your journey is not going to look like everyone else. People are going to criticize you if you're doing what's right, if you're doing what's wrong. If you are seeking to be liked, if you are seeking to be uplifted and be all of these things, you're setting yourself up for failure. Seek to be true to yourself, right? Seek to be true to what you believe and to your goals and your ideals. And all of the other stuff will come. And I think one of the things I really had to learn quick, fast, and in a hurry was that I had to be true to who I was. I had to be true to what I believed was my purpose and my positioning in this field.
I think Spelman was this rare, beautiful time, very insular, very incubational period, where you're at this historically black college for women, this liberal arts school where you get to pedagogically like dip your feet in everything and try everything, but you're also given kind of this space to do so where you are not defined by, your gender or the color of your skin, even though those things are wonderful and they're some of my favorite things about myself, but you're not defined by them. I think after that, there was the culture shock of grad school. And I think, UCLA is huge and is not, tiny brick cobblestoned, intellectual oasis that Spelman is. So that transition was weird and wacky, but they both gave me such valuable, I guess, like learning experiences. But definitely there were some challenges in LA for sure. I had professors who would just kind of look at me and say, you don't have what it takes, because of whatever predetermined ideas they had about women in the film industry or black people in the film industry or gosh darn it, both. And so that's always tough to broach and tough to tackle, but I think after a while, by rote, you kind of just get good at saying like, oh, okay, your expectations of me are, the bar's in hell. That's fine. Here's what I can do. Here's what I'm capable of. And maybe that's a surprise to you. That's unfortunate. But yeah.
One of the things I'm most proud is that I represented the family of Marquise McLaughlin. He was a young man that was shot and killed in Clearwater by Michael Draca. Michael Draca is very similar to Trayvon Martin matter. Michael Draca wasn't arrested for 25 days. He was out walking about right here in Clearwater, and I'm from Clearwater. Like literally, my parents' house is like maybe a mile up the road. So I'm from Clearwater. I know the area. Like I knew the family, and that I was able to stand with them during one of the most difficult times of their life. And that my community and myself and the family stood up together, and we were able to put so much pressure that this man got arrested, and not just arrested, but ultimately convicted and sentenced. And so when I look at those kinds of things, it lets me know, okay, like I'm doing something right. Like, I haven't achieved everything that I want to achieve, but it's kind of like my North Star letting me know like, okay, you're on the right path, keep going.
I made a short film called Elroy, and it got into the Cannes Short Film Corner. It got into the Real Sisters of the Diaspora Film Festival. It got into the Vero Beach Wine and Film Festival, and it is one of the most authentic texts I think I've ever created, and it's about seeing yourself. It's about to be looked at-ness. It's about shirking the male gaze. It's about being careful of who and what you use as a mirror. And I think that when I wrote it, I was in a tough spot emotionally and in so many personal ways. And so to be able to be in this unique space as an artist where you can kind of regurgitate the things that are brewing in your stomach and bothering you and hurting, and you can put that pain on a screenplay, put that pain on a piece of paper, and then put that pain on an actual screen, and then be validated for it, right? In these curatorial spaces. I think that's special. So that's something I'm very proud of. I have a feature film script that I'm really, really proud of called Belgrove, and we'll talk more about that later, but there are definitely developments where that's concerned, and I'm very proud. Very, very, very proud.
This is one of the things we kind of talked about a little bit earlier, and I had a chance to think about it a little bit. And it's like, when I was little, I said I wanted to be a model, and I wanted to be this, and I wanted to be that. And if I look right now, I get this opportunity, through BLN, through being on this platform as a woman in a successful automotive industry, in an automotive service business in Tampa. We're one of the best. Thank goodness. We work really hard for that. We got to toot our own horn sometimes. But we work really, really hard to provide that level of service for people. And so I may not be a vanity model, but I am a role model. And that distinction right there keeps me honest with myself, and it keeps me focused. It keeps me focused on what are you doing? Are you doing the next right thing? Are you doing the next right thing?